Welcome. Welcome to the event. I'm very excited to invite you to this event. You have Event Horizon. I just flat earthed myself. Yeah, I said it. I don't, yeah. Wow. Hexahedron in geometry. The Event Horizon. Wow. Hold on a second here. I just had an incredible video speaking about a dead rat that was murdered by a dumpster that I found in an alleyway, the poor thing. It's the video of me giving it a proper funeral, which should be a celebration. But if it died traumatically, you have to feel some sorrow for that. It's okay to cry for that a little bit, or just because it went before its time. However, there's no death, but a proper funeral should be you live it, you've experienced it, no one interfered with you. You know what I'm saying? And you were allowed to have your experience. Your animals are not allowed to do that. Why? I'm not damning the human race because I'm a human. I'm responsible for the invention brain, making buildings and machines and electronics and certain kinds of foods. You know what I mean? And putting more stuff in it to make the thing taste more, and then hormones and animals. Wow, man. I had an incredible light orb video. And every time I have the shirt of a Hindu god or a goddess, they come like it blows my mind because okay, this whole thing with this stuff, statues, even if it's Christianity, cool. I'm not an organized person, but cool. Buddha statue, great, do it. Shirt, it's yes, it's a Taurus field. It's listen, everything that you're wearing or that you come across, it was made by something that is paranormal. Do you understand? That's deep. So we're thinking like if it's an event, we're thinking like this. Here's what an event is. Even is in there. Pardon me. Back to I'm all over the place. I am high on this recent video. I'm uploading it right now. Hold on. Event Horizon is telling you something. That title. Yeah, 97 it came out. Very important. And okay, wow, interesting. They have a dude on a cross. Oh my gosh, man. There's so many things that we've been watching telling you something. And of course the truth would have to be in there. I mean, or the controversial realities that a lot of us are afraid of, like what is the shape of the earth? What does gender mean? What is a rat? What's the importance? What's an orb? What is the importance of of experiencing a whole different realm without taking psychedelics? You're just sitting in a chair with a shirt, talking about sacred stuff, women being raped, God bless, men being bullied, my theme, right, this week. And then all of a sudden, a dead rat. I put it in the river for a good, respect out of respect. I mean, of course, back in the day when I was younger in New York, of course you're going to hear that the size of a raccoon, they're gross, they're going to bite you and give you rabies. This is horrible. Even if it's true, a lot of you humans have diseases. Let's come on, smallpox people. All races had that. It wasn't only the goddamn colonists. Stop blaming the Spaniards and white people only for spreading disease. That's not fair. Okay? Let's give them a break. Your ancestors saw the rat as something sacred. So, this is incredible. Karni Mata is the goddess of rats. There's a rat temple. Did you hear me? You did not hear me. You have exterminators. You have Orkin people that come to your house with chemicals you don't know what's in it, and they just to get rid of the rodent, the roach, the ant, the flies. I get it. They're all gross, right? We know for a fact they have diseases. They're around trash. Excuse me. You call people white trash? Do you get trashed? Come on, man. Women, them, they, it, chickens, goats. You're all orbs. Now, event. You're at the event. Welcome to the event. The Event Horizon. Isn't it funny that name? The Horizon. That word, rise, honey. Oh my God. Level. level, your video games. This is a great way to see this event you're in right now. The event is called Earth with a corporate body and a lot of stuff in it. And you're not able to process outer body experiences really and see it and actually say, wow, that's going to change the way I think, like right now. And I'm going to function in a way where I'm the event. So welcome. How much did you pay to get in here? Do you have some ID? What is that? I'm going to pat you down. What is this culture? Can you imagine a club to the Native Americans back in the day, or Egyptians? Like a club. I mean, they had their own version of stuff where they danced, got people. But can you imagine just what we have now? Now back to the event and this video, what it's about, because I had to do a live, because when you're visited by so many, I had an orb that had a tail on it. It's the first time I've seen it like a sperm. It was a freaking serpent. It went over my head, and then it was like a comet. And the moon is out. I stare at the moon and rap to it without blinking. No one taught me that. I just do it. Same thing for the sun. I look at the darn thing, it's beautiful, and I rap to it. Why am I doing this? Because you got a lot of black and white people on the planet. It's a noisy black and white world with gender boxes, animal boxes. This is gross. Now your Orkin man is coming in for your event, spraying your house. You don't know what's in it. Your household products also, same things that are in your household products are probably in the extermination stuff. We know this. Heavy metal, Agent Orange. It's true. You're using something that will put your body in danger in order to kill something that you have no idea or any knowledge of how sacred it is. So there's a rat temple in India, and they see the rat as a reincarnation of Durga. Do you? This ugly creature, so-called, scares everybody. The thing just probably scared of you more than you of it. The damn thing is, you know what I mean? There's some big rats, but you're bigger than a rat. You know what I mean? You can look at a cat, right? The cat doesn't freak you out. The dog doesn't freak you out when you see it, does it? But these insects, right? And then the damn rat, the rodent kingdom, they just freak you out. But they're the same size as the dog or a cat, pretty much. Do you see my point here? Who decided to give these creatures certain kinds of grosses and negatives and pluses, and this one's healthier and this one's cute and I'm just going to pet it and love it, and then I'm going to eat fried chicken? Once again, relax. I'm going to eat sushi with my fish tank. It's black and white. It's just a simple thing. It's just black and white. When you're doing that, it's hard to put the black and white together and make gray. What do you mean, Jay? Gray, the gray matter. You have gray matter in the brain. What makes it gray? What makes the sky gray? Never mind who's spraying it. We know this. But let's just give the creator some time here. Never mind these people. Let them go for 5 seconds, half an hour at least. Let them go. They're going to keep doing this to you. Who is they? They are the things that are confusing you, that are getting you to associate, that are getting you to think this is gross, this is okay, this is better than that. This life is more precious than that life. This animal is cuter than that one. This one's safer. This animal's good. What are you doing? Like, what is that? Like, that's confusing, isn't it? It's confusing. Like when you're socializing with people, when you're with your friends or family, are you doing that? I mean, I guess you would be, but you're here to just exist, aren't you? You're here to connect with something, aren't you? Your head is on your shoulder. It's connected. Your two arms are connected. But if you find this world, if you find it, really get into it, that when you try to make connections, it's like humans go out of their way to disconnect it, and they'll give you like generic understandings of race, tribes, food, astrology, the earth, the paranormal world, what's beyond the body, what's beyond the podcast, what's beyond the Joe Rogan, what is it, what's beyond all of this stuff, what is beyond Neil deGrasse Tyson, What's beyond quantum physics? I had a guy take a DMT trip. He DMT tripped and he saw aliens that told him to believe in Jesus and quantum physics. Now, when I trip, I'm going to ask questions. This real shit? He DMT tripped and they supported quantum physics. Now, there's some interesting things in quantum, but we know that quantum is acknowledging a spinning thing. So, the spinning thing seems to be pretty still most of the time when you're walking on it. Just think about it. Okay, I hear the science. I can hear all the books you've read and the pictures and all the events you went to. You paid money and the degrees and the letters they have in their name. pH balanced. The pH balanced, PhD, their vitamin D, their vitamin C. What the fuck is this? All your vitamins have letters. What is that? Do you ever ask the question? They shouldn't have letters. It's energy. You shouldn't need, listen, I see it. I totally see everything. I can't know everything, but you can see everything. You can, definitely. I'm manifesting orbs, of course. Anyhow, so you mean to tell me? I'll give you a scenario as to why I'm doing this live. It's very important because you all can relate to this. And I'm not judging anybody. I'm not darning anyone. I could give two shits. I'm out of my body most of the time, the pain, and then experiencing the creator in my apartment. I could give two shits about, but I don't have time for bullshit though. I'll be honest. There's a lot of bullshit. A lot of people, they're high on medication. And they can't really hear you. I don't do the medication for that reason, not to be better than you. Bless you. You do you. Okay, great. But it's blocking. It's making you high. I see it. Or it's toning you down. So if I need, you know what I mean, a pick me up, you're toned down. You're right. This is not healthy. It's simple. It's not to judge or darn. Here's a scenario. I'm going to give you a very clear scenario. And it's interesting. It gave me an moment. I'm loopy from chronic pain. It's getting better. But you're going to understand this scenario is exactly why we have been confused in every age. Confused meaning this land is mine. You can't fucking come over here. And if you do, I'm going to kill you. Basically, more happened than that. But no one owns land. There's no one that should have thought, this is my side. If Earth did that, we slow down. If Earth was growing shit like we thought, she would separate shit. You wouldn't have dirt, people. It would not even connect if she thought like you. Even in the ancient times, you were just as rude and you had trolls and you had scientists, right? Debunkers. Of course you did. Evil people, so-called. Okay, whatever. Who cares? It's deep. Now, here's a scenario. It's very simple. This is the reason why every age we've been confused. And I have compassion, but we don't have time for this shit. It's to get it done quickly. Hours and hours of ancient history videos, and you're still confused. How do I know that? I have been on panels with people, and I'm not battling them. I love all of them. But I've been on panels with people who've read books, right? Went places, did shit. And I'll start talking and the root words and dancing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, whoa, they don't know where to go a lot of the time. That's because you're infinite. You don't need letters on your vitamins. You don't need a title. What is this? Titans? Men in tights dancing on you? To be a ballet dancer, okay? Some lingerie going on here? Your brain? Yes. Here's a scenario. It's interesting, this scenario. So 2 days ago, I have a Native American guy I work with. Beautiful. I call him Thunder Bear. His last name is Young Bear. So I call him Thunder Bear. Big dude. He's like a mountain of a guy. I want to say this correctly. So hold on. I want to say this Native American name correctly. So give me a second here. I know I can say it right. I just, Meskwaki. Okay. Meskwaki. Beautiful. This is his tribe, right? So Meskwaki, What does it sound like to you? I mean, when you hear it, Meskwaki, I think you heard it, right? Just what part of America kind of sounds like Meskwaki? Milwaukee, another tribe. Now, so this is what happened in this scenario with my friend I work with. So I was kind of being funny, right? And I was speaking something to him, and I said, "Oh, I'm speaking your language, Meskwaki." So I called out his tribe a little bit, but I was being funny. It could have been seen as offensive, but he and I have banter. I mean, he's always debunking me. He's an agnostic, no problem, grounded, doesn't give a fuck, likes death metal, likes music where it's about dead bodies and doing certain things to them. I'm like, okay, this is an interesting guy. Anyhow, so I was just playing with him, and then he said, he said basically, yeah, you're not Meskwaki, you can't do that, you don't. So he was just basically kind of giving it back to me, you know what I mean, like, because I was trying to kind of like connect with him, in a funny way. So I got in the car and I told him, I said, hey man, I told you I speak Milwaukee, because Milwaukee and Meskwaki sound similar, and they're both tribes. He goes, so what? I said, what do you mean? I said, I'm just trying to relate, brother. That's what I said. He said, that's not relating. I said, why? He said, the Meskwakis, we got a lot of shit. We got a lot of tribes attack us. Why? Because we were like the most noble, he said this word, most noble royal tribe. So he made it sound like the Meskwakis were like the goddamn, Lakers and shit with Kobe. You know what I mean? Or the Jordan team. I was like, okay. It was interesting. So the other tribes, you know what I mean? Yeah, the Meskwaki. So he made it clear to me. So then I had some aha moments. So I heard him say that. And then I said, but wait a minute, man. I said, it's all connected. I said, they're all Native American. I said, Milwaukee and Meskwaki. I said, it's connected. It relates. I'm relating to you, even with humor. And then we kind of started to have a debate about it. And he said, no. He said, we were very simple people. You couldn't, if you came to our area and we didn't like you, bam, we dealt with you. Basically is what he told me. So what he told me was this. He says, people who fight and kill each other and have territory, they don't relate. I'm going to say that again because it doesn't make sense to me. He says to me that basically, if it's a situation where you're not getting along, right, and you fight, there's no connection at all. There's no relation. There's no way that you can have some similarity, like a head, two eyes. See, I'm that brain. I know. I'm already like a child would say this. You have two arms and two legs. You have the same freaking dimensions on the anatomy. You're a bit of a different shade. You have a unique language. You see animals as gods like we do. But I'm going to kill you because you came over here and we're the royal ones. This to me is like the reason why we've been fighting every age. We've been fighting and we've been getting into wanting to hurt each other because we fail to see that we're not the body. We're not this shit. That's it. We are not anything near this. This is great. It's incredible creation, but it gets us in fucking trouble. I mean, goddamn, doesn't it? Wow. And you're looking at animals a certain way, and then all this, it's confusing to me. So just because you don't get along doesn't mean that you don't relate. In a sense, maybe you don't relate because you're fighting, but you're connected though. You're made from something that's in the sky that has light in it. And you have names that sound similar. If you knew that back then, maybe you wouldn't have been killing people and beating their ass because you're the royal noble one. You hear, this is basically like the king and queen shit. This is a colonist mentality kind of, isn't it? Come on. Never mind Christopher Columbus. Leave them alone, those assholes. Just this is your ancestors were interesting. They were doing some shit. They weren't getting along, and they all were incredibly gifted astrologers, whatever, travelers, builders of homes, hunters, fighters and shit, all natural shit, outside, simple, grounded people that got their asses whooped by technology. This thing right here, this computer, is what whooped their ass. I have manipulated it by putting orb light in the thing that is trying to melt us all. I did this. You're seeing those in the videos. It's showing you the spirit is infinite and it wants to come out and it wants to go into a place where it's foreign, where it's awkward. Of course it does. To settle the score. It'd be like, okay, this is cute. Elon Musk, NASA, rockets, Copernicus, you feel me? Aryabhata, the ball earther of India, who worshipped Vishnu and Vishnu. I mean, if you look at Vishnu and the Mahabharata and the avatars as Krishna, the world of Indra is four corners. It's a tent. It's spread out like in the Quran. But this is ancient history. No one follows those books anymore. The Bible is ancient, right? No one reads the Bible anymore. Oh, we do. We have church, don't we? What's the earth like in the Bible? Okay, if there's no firmament, if it's not real, why is it so popular? It's even more popular than atheism. Your atheism is cute. There's a lot of atheists who are becoming more, and I get that. But these books, what are they about? What's the earth? What's gender like in the book? Did you all know that all the characters you're reading are both men and women? Do you understand Moses? My God, man. It's like, Moses. What do you hear in the end of his name? Esther, honey. Estrogen. I'm not playing around. This is real shit. This is why light came out of my mouth. The gift of gab. Just rapping. Just talking or just existing, but you have an energy and you're always in the sun and the moon. And you're just doing different shit. This is what I'm about. This is what I think everyone should be about. This is why you're seeing the rat as something gross, because you're different. You don't connect. You don't relate, because it grosses you out. It might get you sick, like you're a Native American tribe, or it could have been a Hindu tribe, because they were all fucking fighting. White people were fighting white people. We know this shit. The Chinese would fuck up the Chinese. Japanese fighting the Japanese. Africans fucking fighting Africans. God damn it. The Puerto Rican fighting the Puerto Rican. The conquistador fighting the goddamn conquistador. The colonist fighting the goddamn colonist. The KKK. The Klansmen fighting the fucking Klansmen. Did you ever once think they may not all get along, these white power or the black power, whatever the Panthers? Do you fucking think the Black Panthers always got along? And we know the CIA and FBI were involved in that shit. So relax. Great concept. Are you kidding me? They all got along. No, they weren't connected. They weren't relating enough. They weren't saying things that made them one with the white power, with words, with the gab, with hearing, right? When you speak a certain way, you're going to hear a certain way. It's facts. I'm going to say that again. When you speak a certain way, you're going to hear a certain way. So if you're speaking and you're constantly putting the pieces together, the reaction you're going to get is frustration. Why? Because you've been fighting so many years. You've been over here, you're over there. Our rats are bigger than your rats. Or ours are healthier than yours. Yours are gross. Ours, what is this? The rat, for some reason, in America is a villain. In India, it's a god. Who is Splinter? And why is his name Splinter? Ouch. Yeah, why is his name Splinter? Master Splinter. What is that about? The wood element? Fifth element in Chinese elements? Ether element would be wood in Chinese elements. Elementary, dear Watson, Watts, California. Watch me, Lakshmi, Mata, Dura Mata, or Dura Matter, your hard mother brain. You have a hard-headed brain. You're hard-headed naturally. Did you know this? Your skull is actually really hard to crack. If you've been on Earth for most of your life, it'd be very hard to... You could still get it, don't get me wrong. But let's just put it this way. All of your ancestors gave your colonists a really fucking hard fight, but they got their asses whooped, again, I'm going to say it, from this brain and technology. It was a mind fuck that got all of them. And not only was it that mind fuck, part of my language, what kind of a mind fuck was it? What do you see happening right now that gets everyone on the same page? Okay, what do you see right now that someone is watching and they're all on the same page? They get up and go to it. Drinking, right? Some stimulation, right? Something to do to go out and to get out of your, let's just say, current body in a different way. You want to feel something. Stimulants, right? This is not a problem. Shiva loves stimulants. You just have to understand how to kind of work with nature while you're doing this. Get some sun and moonlight while you're doing this. Take a dead animal off the ground. Look up what god it might relate to. Because if you walk right by that, a dead animal that's been murdered by a human creation, my goodness, it's a lot. That's a lot, man. And you're dealing with something that's not going to come down here and like, kill you all. The creator is a creator, more creator than destroyer, because after that, it has to come back and then go again and come back and go again and come back. This is exhausting, isn't it? So where's the beginning and where's the end? Tug of war. What is that about? What are we tugging on? What is this? What's the tugboat? What's thug? THU? Tug. It's your gut. Bars. At the dock, the dock there should be the water, the sea, dirt and rocks. The dock of the bay. Bay? Come on, man. Lakshmi Bay is a real character apparently in ancient 1800s and something like this. She fought the colonists. Lakshmi Bay, B-E-I or B-I-A-I, B-A-I or B-E-I. This is one of those. Lakshmi Bay, the dock of the bay. Baywatch, Bebe, Bebe's kids, Babylon, honey, Babbles, Babel, Bible, honey. William is Bill. This is a trick. This is what got you in ancient times to follow a different world order. We'll put it that, yes. And it was not done only with weapons. Whatever we're dealing with, it's beyond colonism, it's beyond government. For real, it's beyond the CIA and the FBI. It's beyond all of that. Those are all just bodies. You understand me? They're a body of work. When you're saying them, you're seeing a human, a thing in a suit, or some secret thing, and it's no, they're not. They're manipulating paranormal orbs. You're orbiting out of your house, aren't you? You don't stay stationary. A lot of us have to go and pay bills. It's stressful, right? Or if you don't do that, you just sit around a lot. You're not really getting out to get the light or some kind of a moment of natural energy. Of course, you're going to feel a little irritable and kind of dry and heavy, and you're going to be grossed out by a fucking rat when the rat doesn't even know what gross is. It doesn't know what fucking rabies is. How they get that disease? You kidding me? Come on. Let's think about it. We got science. We got energies on this earth that know how to manipulate our energy. Obviously, because we don't connect. Everything is different, but it's different. It's black and white. I just said this. I'm gonna say this, but really, I don't mean what I just said. And if I address what you just said, you're gonna get mad or not understand, but you just said it. This is where we live. You give an energy that is unlike you. You give an energy, kind of step outside of the normal kind of like the vibe of connection. And now you might have a role as a leader or a manager, and now you're going to give this energy out, and you might abuse that. And I see that happening at my job all the time. And what's funny about that is these people who do this shit, the time is going to come up. It's going to exhaust itself. And when it does, I always say this, are you ready? Can you accept that it's gone now? It could be life or a job, anything, an idea, whatever. Your channel, for Christ's sake, your house, be gone. We know this. Your children taken from you because you didn't, or you weren't there enough, whatever, right? So what is this structure that we're living in? It's confusing me. We do not connect because we don't get along, and we establish something in which was so powerful you couldn't fuck with us. So we're better than you. So this to me would make sense as to why the ego, this is an ego thing, why we would be fighting and wanting to kill each other. Or training each other at some point to learn how to defend ourselves from something so-called trying to hurt us. Why do we have the need for that? Why is there a need to train someone to defend themselves? Strange. This is very, very strange. So, it's been a half an hour. I felt the desire to share. I think I'm going to end there. I just had to do a live. I mean, why not? So, but yeah, you got to go to bed anyways at some point. I mean, I'm not going to go to bed. You know, you ever say that to yourself? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to, and some of you do, but a lot of you say you're going to do something, and you say you're going to do it, but then you know goddamn well you ain't going to do it. Just be honest. That is called being woke. Wow. There's so much to not know, to unlearn. And it's not going to be easy. It's not realistic. I don't know if we ever can actually find, if we can actually find in our hearts to actually connect. I don't even know if we're built to do that, which doesn't make sense. We have all 5 elements in our anatomy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I farted. And do stars behave like this? I mean, I guess there's a lot of stories about the stars not really getting along, but they're always in the sky, aligned with each other quite perfectly. And they aren't trying to hurt us for the moment. I don't mean no damn comet, no damn meteorite, honey, coming to get you. It's movies. I mean an orb. Now, technically, I've had things come through the dome into my house, and they did not wreak any havoc. You had something come down here. I'm not playing. It's called a cataclysm. It was like an orb. You can call it Venus or the morning star. It got through the dome. It was not supposed to. Personally, I'm not supposed to be getting orbs. It's a secret. When you see them, it's very, very lucky. You aren't supposed to even see them. I mean, a lot of folks see them, but you're not supposed to see those. You should ask yourself why you saw that. Okay, what does that mean? So it's simple, man. They have come through an unbreakable ceiling as a heavenly body to talk to you. Do you understand me? Or they could come down here as something that will hurt you. And Venus did that, but she also gave us gifts. I believe that something like an orb came here, except we could feel it and it would hurt stuff. And make things feel good too. I think it was black and white energy a lot. Because you look at people behave today, my God, one minute they're cold and they're hot, one minute they're on this and they're on that. You just can't win. It's exhausting, whatever. I'm going to end it there. So enjoy your life.